Hello. Something that stood out from class was chapter 3 from the Connecting Teachers and Students and Standards ebook on how it talked about how one of the greatest challenges that teachers encounter is the classroom environment and how students have to know how to use appropriate behavior while learning. Um, One of the takeaways is that I learned from this chapter is on how promoting positive behavior, um, on how teachers can be more supportive in the learning environment and have proactive strategies to reduce their behaviors according to their planning or lesson plans that are learned throughout the class. And another way to maintain positive behavior for students is arranging the correct learning activities for students that is appropriate for them, for their age and their grade level. Because some students might feel like, they might be feel frustrated of you talking. So I find it that it's better if the teacher can make more accommodations so the students can learn by making new learning activities that will make the student more proactive to learn, as well as teachers must have expectations behavioral expectations for students, um, like um, like knowing when to raise their hand and how and appropriate respectful manners with their classmate and staff members, and as well making sure that the rules are always stated every day, like uh in the host classroom that I was involved was that throughout every transition to a new subject, the teacher would always tell the students to raise their hand and sing a little song to make sure that the students were focused and knew what to do next, as well as well what will as well that teachers must make consequences for those students who violate rules and policies and school policies that are that are required in that classroom, as well as using that's what I learned from chapter 3 about promoting student student behaviors and improving an environment and creating an environment for instruction. Another thing that I learned from class is the pedagogy wheel, on how this relates to Bloom's taxonomy, on how we implement this to a learning objective and content standards by the action verbs that's provided in here in the inner circle, and then the outer circle for the activities that could be used for one of the Bloom's taxonomies, and the products that can be used on the activities that are given for each um, Bloom's taxonomy um, categories, such as create, evaluate, analyze, apply, and remember, understand. Um, I learned on how Bloom's taxonomy is very vital for a teacher's learning objective and lesson plan their throughout their class lessons.